Am I the a-hole for defending my 15-year-old son after a grown woman scolded him? This story was from a little over a year ago when my son was 15, but I still wanted to get some insight. I wanted to start out by saying that while I consider my son to be an exceptionally good kid, I have absolutely no issues admitting when he's done something wrong and holding him accountable for his actions. However, in this particular situation, I don't think either him or I were in the wrong. But anyways, here's the story. I'll try to spare all the boring details, but basically my son was having some issues and frustrations with another friend of his. My husband and I encouraged him to be assertive and express these feelings towards to his friend. A couple days later, my son made plans to go see a movie with his friend, who ended up inviting another friend, along which my son was a bit bothered by considering he wanted to have a more personal conversation with him. Long story short, when he told his friend this, his friend's mother swooped in and texted my son from her son's phone and told him that he didn't have a right to dictate who was invited, and he was not aware he was upset with his other friend. Even though it was my son who had set the whole thing up, and he wasn't upset with his other friend at all. As I mentioned, he just wanted to have a personal conversation. So there was obvious tension even before they met up. But my son was insistent that he still wanted to try, so my husband dropped him off and came back home. Not even 2 minutes after he walked in the door, he got a call from my son, who was in tears. Apparently, when he had pulled his friend aside to try to have a one-on-one conversation, his mother swooped in once again and scolded my son, telling him that his son didn't do anything wrong and he just wanted to make him feel bad. I was stunned. My son has always been more on the sensitive side, but I felt like he was pretty justified in being freaked out. This time, my husband and I both hopped in the car and headed back to the movie theater. When we arrived, while my husband took our son for a walk to try and calm him down, I walked in and completely laid into his friend's mother about how appalling and inappropriate I thought his actions were. How she was a grown-ass adult going after a 15-year-old child over something that likely would have been a very small conflict that should have been resolved amongst the friends. And to tell the other friend that my son was upset with him was something I also felt was inappropriate, considering my son had no issue with him at all. She, of course, thought I was being completely out of line. Am I the a-hole?